Welcome to another in our series of Total Success interviews. Now I tell you, we've had Arnold Schwarzenegger, we've had Richard Branson, we've had some of the best in marketing and everything around the world. I tell you what, this little guy, I am looking forward to this probably more than any of them. Agro, mate, thanks for...
Yeah, you guys probably were about 6 when you were watching me on TV.
Mate, I don't know how old I was, mate, but I tell you, just as my 17-year-old self is nervous as hell working with Arnold Schwarzenegger, my 9-year-old self is freaking out right now with the little guy.
Well, the 24th at the Broncos Leagues Club, we're nailing it, Glenn, we're nailing it.
Mate, let's first off, I got to see, are you going to be as naughty as I've seen some of those outtakes? Because there's a pretty lady. Just have a look at the screen over here, Agro. See that girl over there?
Hubba! Yeah.
Her name's Lisa, and she's keen on meeting your good self, my man.
Well, am I looking at her?
Yeah, you
Just
are.
checking. You know what it's like being a puppet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be as good as I can. I don't want to be bad.
What about my partner Naomi? I mean, if you've seen her, I'm nervous because I can't hold a candle to you, mate.
Oh, you can. Come on. We're both puppets when you come down to it.
Yeah, that's kind of true. All right, so Agro, can I bring that bloke down with his hand up your butt to have a bit of a yarn to him? Is that all right?
Sure, hang on. This is the skill of it all. You won't believe the skill.
Oh, mate, Jamie, grab a seat, mate.
I will.
All right.
I'm sorry I got dressed up for this, actually.
It's all good, mate. We want you, real and raw.
Yes, all right.
Mate, thanks for doing this for us, mate. I really appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure.
So, mate, it's been a lifetime of I can't wait for your talk. I'll be sitting there front row taking notes.
It's strange that you would say that because Agro and me, and here we still are doing stuff, and when Agro took off, it was the most amazing thing that you wouldn't imagine that there would be that sort of money in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just went bang and then bang and bang again. And then, of course, everyone, well, what happened to Agro? Where's Agro? And the goof tapes from the show got up on YouTube.
Yep.
They've had 2.5 million hits.
Wow, mate.
And I've got a whole new audience.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, the phone's ringing again.
Yeah.
And it's not for fates and stuff.
So
it is an interesting story. And it's also a strange dynamic that all of a sudden that audience is there and you may stumble over it again. You know what I mean? So
for sure. One of the questions I had, and I'm just going back as a fan from kid time, you know, as I was saying to the little guy, is it just me, and I know we're going to hear a lot of the origin in your talk at Broncos, but was there a different Agro puppet that looked more like Animal from the Muppets in those very early days?
There was.
And then he became a different puppet?
Yes. That's exactly.
I thought that was just in my head.
No, that's the
and
truth.
I thought it was there. And as a kid, I thought, did Agro get in trouble with the Muppets or something?
You were onto me right from the start. I actually stole him. Thanks.
Sorry, mate. But the new Agro, of course, was a reinvention. But that first one was a little animal-esque.
Yes, yeah, that's right. And he was Animal from the Muppets. And
so he was almost. It was Animal, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it was an animal
esque kind of
thing,
yeah.
and then that expanded into Agro, and he just had something. You know, I just would turn up and start talking, and there was. And because I didn't really believe in it, I thought, it was an off job, like a quick call. I'll tell you on the day, but
of course, yeah.
But I just turned up and I thought, oh well, I'll make a couple of bucks out of this. It was actually $63 a week I got to do Agro,
right?
And of course, it's the thing you don't think's going to happen happens,
Yep.
And it really does depend on where your head's at. Mm-hmm. So when we have that chat, you'll be amazed at how a piece of material all of a sudden. And then here we are, years later, 1982 Agro was on television.
Wow.
And here we are, 37 years later.
Yep.
And there's a whole new audience.
Yep.
A whole new audience.
Nice.
It's amazing.
Nice. And mate, it's been an honour just as a fan as a kid, but then growing into a fan of the various radio incarnations of the Jamie Dunn character and all of that. It's been an honour to be a member of your audience.
That's the other thing. There was a guy at B105 who said, we're not going to put a children's character on radio. And there was another guy who said, it might work. Let's give him a reason to be there. And they did Agro to the Rescue.
Right.
I have just sold Agro to the Rescue to Triple M. And this is the skill I've got. I convinced the radio station I'm with, 98.9, that Agro was a completely different character to me, and that I could be on 2 radio stations at the one time. Yes.
So the negotiation skills you might be getting from Jamie Dunn, you might be pleasantly surprised, gang. Very cool. So what would you say, looking right down the lens at that crew? In fact, here's one of the things I teach these guys is Facebook marketing and remarketing. That's one of the things that when someone goes to let's role play for a minute. Let's imagine someone watching this went to the website, right? They went to the website. They looked at it, they thought, what can Glenn Twiddle or bloody Agro teach me about success or whatever? And then what we're going to do is we're going to, next time they log into Facebook, having not bought a ticket, having not RSVP'd, not that they're buying, it's free, but they go and they decide they don't want to come. Looking down the lens, what would you say to the person who decided it wasn't for them?
I went under sufferance. Truck driver friend of mine that I met in the audience of Agro's Cartoon Connection a million years ago. He keeps going to seminars because he doesn't want to be a truck driver for his whole life. He's a removalist, so his back's gone, his arm's gone. He knows there's an end game to what he's doing. So he's looking for something. And he said, come along with me. It's about books, it might help you. And I'm like, I kind of went just as a favour for him so I didn't embarrass him. And it was a seminar, and I got one thing out of it. One thing. And, today, this very day, oh, no, it's not this very day. When's this going?
Soonish.
The 24th, when we're
doing the event.
When we do this, I would have just come from a book signing in the mall of the book I've done after going to that daggy seminar.
Wow.
And had I not gone, that spark might not have been there. The guy said one thing.
Yeah.
One thing. I didn't buy anything. I didn't do anything. And he said one thing. And from then, whammo. Yeah.
Definitely. And just to that point, one of the many principles we talk about is, when you're an author of a book, your celebrity, so to speak, that there's an extra layer of credibility to what it is that you do. So I can't wait for the book launch to get your book,
which is exactly why I had Kay McGrath come down from Channel 7 to do the emceeing to steal some of her credibility.
Yeah, that's it. It's all about the game, mate. He's a master of the game that I am but a student of, mate. That's your good
it'll
self,
be good.
man.
I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it. It's good.
We have a blast, mate. Jamie Dunn, thank you so much.
Gracias, my friend. Gracias.
We'll see you there, guys. 24th Broncos. Be there.
I'll just get back under the desk.
Just...
Oh, no. God, that's not in the contract.
That's not in the contract.
We're
not paying him enough for that.